The series finale of Breaking Bad is unquestionably one of the greatest in television history. The primary plot lines are satisfyingly wrapped up and then some. But if I were to have one gripe with Felina, it would be that it wasn't exactly balanced prevalence-wise between the show's central pair of characters, Walt and Jesse. Pinkman technically has a satisfying send-off, but 516 in general is a bit light on the Jesse front. But that minor gripe simply no longer bears relevance as a result of this awesome picture. El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, was released in 2019 and written and directed by the brilliant creator of Breaking Bad, Mr. Vince Gilligan. Aaron Paul delivers a beautiful performance in this now iconic Emmy-winning role. Paul is especially impressive given the fact that he portrays Jesse at 3 distinct times in his life here. We get mid to late season 2 Pinkman, who is rather boisterous, a bit naive, and at least mostly untouched by the true evil contained within the crime underworld. We also get late season 5 Jesse, who's completely and utterly emotionally and physically broken. Quite a defeated shell of his former self. Then the primary present rendition of the character is exceedingly jaded, extremely experienced and therefore resourceful, as well as courageous, verging on fearless. Vince really lets El Camino's dramatic scenes naturally breathe, while the action contained within the film is engrossing and realistically portrayed. The cinematography is expectedly gorgeous, featuring a much appreciated time-lapse sequence via a slick bird's-eye view POV no less. This wicked film is so sure of what it is in terms of genre, neo-western crime-centric drama, as well as themes/concepts, a trio of them in particular. Trauma, grief, and learning to recover from it, learning life lessons from prominent figures, survival/resourcefulness. Themes 1 and 3 are organically baked into the narrative, as our A story kicks off with Jesse continuing his escape from the truly torturous and trauma-inducing neo-Nazi compound, while for the remainder of this picture we follow Jesse as he utilizes his great resourcefulness, quick wit, and street smarts to evade a nationwide manhunt, and ultimately, with the assistance of Ed the Vacuum Repairman, start fresh. Theme 2 periodically reveals itself throughout the picture to preface a deep dive of said theme. Jesse has unfortunately been under the control of others for quite some time. Walt maliciously manipulates Jesse like a puppet for his own personal gain for, at the very least, the latter half of the series. And in the show's final episodes, which covers multiple months, the tortured Jesse is forced into meth-making slavery, as the mere concept of choice is taken away from him. While the A story follows Jesse's present, the B story covers a collection of flashbacks, featuring Jesse alongside an individual who deeply impacted his life, whether for better or for worse. We get Mike in Act 1, Todd in Act 2, Walt in the beginnings of Act 3, and Jane in the movie's final moments. Each character that I just mentioned has a conversation with Jesse, which ultimately focuses on his wonderfully blank canvas of a future. Mike suggests Alaska as a solid destination where Jesse can get himself that much desired fresh start. The bizarre and nefarious psychopath Todd relays to Jesse that his twisted Uncle Jack always told him that life is what you make it. Mid to late season 2, Walt suggests that perhaps Jesse should consider going to college for business. Walt stating that Jesse would be an expert in that field, a rare, genuine compliment from Mr. White with no ulterior motive. Walt also alludes to the fact that Jesse still has so much of his life left to live. Jane states to Jesse that for the entirety of her life, she has allowed the universe to take her where it may, but has come to the realization that it is better to take control of your life and the choices it presents. And those words from Jane evidently echo in Jesse's mind as he drives toward Alaska, wearing a small smile. And additionally, although they don't necessarily provide Jesse profound words of wisdom, Badger and Skinny Pete sincerely show him love, clothe and feed him, and help greatly with his escape plan. I'm grateful that Pinkman actually had a pair of true friends, which he certainly deserved. It is just so incredibly impressive that Gilligan is able to tell such a powerful, cohesive, and relatively concise story, whilst efficiently and fluidly ingratiating and then balancing not only the plethora of characters that I've already discussed, but also Breaking Bad alumni such as Old Joe, Jesse's parents, even the mustached Nazi scumbag Kenny. Aaron Paul magnificently carries this slick picture. It's intense, it's emotional, and it's ultimately impeccably satisfying. Truly the perfect ending for the great Jesse Pinkman.